The stakes have never been higher. The Indiana Pacers are knotted 1-1 with the Oklahoma City Thunder in a surprising and electric NBA Finals clash few saw coming. But as the lights get brighter, the scrutiny intensifies, and all eyes are fixed on Tyrese Haliburton. For the Pacers, Haliburton has been the engine, the architect, and at times, the magician behind their Cinderella run through the Eastern Conference. Yet, 2 games into the finals, the narrative is shifting. The numbers aren't popping off the screen. The swagger seems a bit muted. And critics, they're circling like sharks, sensing blood. Through the postseason, Haliburton has been solid, averaging 18.4 points, 9.3 assists, and 5.8 rebounds per game. But in the finals, those numbers have dipped to 15.5 points, 6 assists, and 6.5 rebounds per contest. On paper, it's a clear regression. On social media, it's open season. But Pacers head coach Rick Carlisle isn't having it. After a Game 2 loss in which Indiana once again fell behind early and never fully recovered, Carlisle stepped up, not just to answer questions, but to defend his star. In classic Carlisle fashion, he didn't mince words. "There's a lot more to the game than just scoring," Carlisle said post-game, visibly frustrated with the public discourse. People shouldn't just look at points and assists and judge how he played or how any of our guys played based on that. That's not how our team is built. In an NBA era obsessed with box scores, player efficiency ratings, and highlight reels, Carlisle's message cut through the noise like a dagger. Haliburton, he insisted, is still very much the heartbeat of the team, even if the pulse has momentarily slowed. "We are an ecosystem that has to function together," Carlisle added. "We've got to score enough points to win the game. But who gets them and how they get them, that's not important. Still, there's no denying it. The finals haven't been easy for Haliburton. For large stretches of Game 1 and Game 2, he looked tentative, passing up shots he normally takes and struggling to navigate OKC's switch-heavy defense, anchored by the length of Chet Holmgren and the quickness of Lou Dort. That's the version of Haliburton Carlisle still sees. The one who, regardless of the stat line, delivers when the game hangs in the balance. But Carlisle knows that one moment won't be enough if Indiana wants to hoist the Larry O'Brien Trophy. The Thunder are young, deep, and relentless. Gilgeous-Alexander is playing like a man possessed, and OKC has dominated Indiana early in both games, building leads the Pacers have struggled to erase. Carlisle, never one to sugarcoat, was blunt about what needs to change. "Another bad first half," he said after Game 2, his frustration boiling just below the surface. "Obviously, it was a big problem. We just played poorly. A little bit better in the second half, but you can't be a team that's reactive and expect to be successful or have consistency." In other words, the Pacers can't keep living on the edge, and Haliburton, as the team's leader, has to be the one to set the tone, early, often, and aggressively. It's a tough ask. Haliburton is still just 24 years old, playing in his first NBA Finals. He's not built like a traditional superstar, and he doesn't always dominate the game with sheer force. His brilliance is more nuanced, more cerebral. He orchestrates rather than overwhelms. But now he's being asked to carry a franchise to its first title in history. And he's being asked to do it against a team that plays like a mirror version of the Pacers, young, hungry, and fearless. Carlisle's defense of Haliburton wasn't just about stats or slumps. It was a call to the basketball world to look deeper, to understand the unquantifiable, to recognize leadership, poise, and presence in the face of adversity. Because when Haliburton is at his best, he's more than just a point guard. He's the gravitational force that makes Indiana's offense orbit. And even now, with his production down, Carlisle sees the value. The question is, can Haliburton find another gear before it's too late? Game 3 looms, and with it, the balance of the series. The Pacers have stolen home court advantage, but if they want to keep it, they'll need Haliburton to not just show up, but to take over. And if he does, the critics will vanish, the numbers will follow, and Rick Carlisle's faith in his star will be vindicated on the biggest stage of all.